Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This little talk distills what's worked best for my clients who have a problem with time management or procrastination. Sometimes foundational to the problem is that the person just doesn't care enough to manage time well. You really do need to value being productive enough that you automatically embrace work even though it's less pleasurable than what you could be doing. Of course, try to make your work as pleasant as possible. For example, choosing a career and tasks that capitalize on your abilities, your interests, your values, and look for a fun way to do tasks. For example, if you have to write a report and you're a people person, could you replace some of that spreadsheet work with interviews? Some people have a hard time acting on the truth that a productive life is better led than a slothful one. They could have depression or been beaten up in life's first round, so it's hard to come out for the next round. Or their life is in such disarray that managing time better feels insignificant, like polishing the brass of the Titanic. Of course, those are tough situations, but your best shot is to defer thinking about time management and instead first take baby steps to improve your life. Whether it's clean a corner of one room, take walks, decide to cut back even a bit on your substance abuse, get a job you can easily get even if it's at Walmart or a barista, see the dentist, or help someone worse off. That can boost your spirits, your self-esteem, and your gratitude. The next step for such people, and the starting place for everyone else, is the following list of tips that's presented in chronological order. Use an easy approach to your to-do list. Get in the habit of writing all your appointments in your phone or computer's calendar or in a paper week-at-a-glance calendar. And keep your unscheduled tasks on a memo cube in front of your desk or on your desk or in your phone's notepad. And update that once or twice a day and check both throughout the day. Curate potential tasks. Do you want to do the tasks? Some tasks are wisely procrastinated. Maybe you would be more in the mood tomorrow. Or maybe you should delegate the task to someone else. Or maybe you needn't do it at all. You conclude you've got better things to do with your time. Choose your approach. Some tasks can only be done one way, but often you have a choice of whether to choose a fun, easy, fast, or a high-quality approach. For example, how well-researched does that report need to be? Would listening to music while you work be worth whatever distraction it creates? Do you need to create just a few talking points for that talk? Or is it worth the time to start by writing a script and then distilling it into an outline? Need to take baby steps? If it's a complex or long task, you may want to write the baby steps, the milestones that you can, if you wish, check off as they're done. It feels good to check stuff off your list. And if you don't know the wisest way to break down a task, is there someone you should ask? Now let's turn to what I call the moment of truth. That's when you're deciding, consciously or not, whether to do the task or to do something more pleasant. That's when you have to force yourself. Yes, force yourself to do the first few second part, then the second few second part. Those are not intimidating amounts of time because an object in motion, well, stays in motion. The next little technique is the 1-minute struggle. Getting started is usually the hardest part, but the next hardest is when you reach a stumbling block. Try the 1-minute struggle technique. Usually, if you haven't made progress in a minute, additional struggle will only create bad memories doing the task. You're not going to make much more progress, making you more likely to procrastinate in the future. So, after a minute without progress, decide if another minute is worth it, or whether to get help, or whether you can do the project without conquering that roadblock, or whether you should go on with the project and later, with the benefit of having done more of it and with fresh eyes, take another crack at the problem. Now, some people need an additional push to manage their procrastination, and here are some. First is called Pomodoro. This technique's named after the tomato-shaped kitchen timer, but any timer will do, including the one in your phone. Set the timer for 25 minutes and get to work. When it chimes, take a 5-minute break to do whatever you feel like doing, and then repeat that process, 25 and 5. They say that sitting is the new smoking. Well, the Pomodoro technique helps you get out of your chair in addition to getting stuff done. Another technique is what I call punishment payment. You send, maybe using PayPal is the easiest way to do it, say $50 to a friend instructing that friend to donate it to your least favorite political candidate if you don't get the task done in time. Another technique is peer pressure. Some people are motivated by daily or weekly check-ins with a friend, with a support group, or by posting your progress or lack thereof on your social media. Ritualizing. Should you do some annoying but necessary recurring task before you're allowing yourself to eat dinner? Should you schedule exercise time every day with a partner? Should you block off X number of hours on your weekly calendar for some project and treat it as inviolately as you would a doctor's appointment? And here are now some bonus activities for more enduring change. Log. Most people don't realize where the time goes. It might be painful, but do you want to log your activities for at least one day? If so, set your phone's timer for 15 minutes. Each time it chimes, in a few words, in your phone's notepad or a memo pad on paper, write how you spent the previous 15 minutes. The act of writing is going to make you more conscious for how long 15 minutes is, and believe me, many people don't have that important sense of how long time blocks really are, as well as it will motivate you to be more productive. At the end of the day, review your log to see what you'd like to do the same or differently tomorrow. Revisit your major time sucks. Do you want to try to telecommute for at least part of the week? Do you want to spend less screen time, chatting time, getting high time? Less time shopping and chopping for unnecessarily time-consuming meals? Less time spent processing and ruminating and more time taking low-risk actions? Foregoing your second cousin twice removed's third wedding in Winnetka? Have a sponge activity at the ready. We often have time that we have to spend waiting in traffic, in a supermarket line, doctor's office. Your phone contains a wealth of possible activities to usefully sponge up your waiting time. For example, use Safari to search for an article or video that would be helpful, or read or listen to an audiobook. As I walk my doggy, I usually bring along a problem that I need to think about. You could be Buddhist about it. Resist looking back to past failures and unfair treatment. Also resist looking ahead to that daunting mountain of tasks that are ahead of you. Try to stay in the moment, doing what you need to be doing then, feeling good about each bit of progress. Ask a friend. Sometimes we just don't know what we're doing wrong. Do you have a friend who gets a lot done and might be willing to watch you for an hour or talk through your typical weekday and weekend so they can offer you suggestions? And finally, forgive yourself. Failure is common and wallowing rarely helps. I know you've heard it before, but it's true. You're human, you'll screw up. But successful people fail, but quickly see if there's a lesson to be learned and then quickly rebound by taking the next baby step forward. I know it's easier said than done, but it's not a bad aspiration. I hope there's at least a nugget of value here for you. I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up, accept your thumbs down. Would look forward to any comments. Would welcome your hitting the share button and sharing your social media and or subscribing to my channel. And in any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.